Towards new horizons, innovating the future of sports media and broadcasting. This will be the topic of the next 25-30 minutes. Welcome everyone here on stage. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And when we start speaking about the future, Michael Bracher is already greeting the old fellow colleagues. It's a good round that we are having here. Speaking about the future, Dominik, always means also to have a look back what happened in the last months. Which innovation, in your point of view, gave the biggest impact on developing sports media?
There is plenty, I would say. I mean, today we already heard quite often Gen AI, also something when we looked at the presentation earlier, which definitely has some had some impact and will have some impact. But I also think a lot of things speaking about automatization, localization, also if I look at some of the things we did together with AWS, I think very interesting portfolio that we already did in the past, but also a lot of exciting things we can look forward to. Yeah.
Alessandro, what has changed the work at Sky most during the last month?
Most, I mean, I would not call it out in a general way. It's a constantly evolving. I mean, at the end of the day, sports innovation demonstrated always that new technology come in. You have to adapt it. You have to think about. I think what we are seeing and facing is a little bit the pure volume and how you handle the volume and how you can orchestrate it. And I think this is something you have to be very adaptive because you're, let's say, targeting new audiences, new target groups, the demographics, the viewership is changing constantly. So I think if you, let's say, span an umbrella by saying you have all the impacts, you have to think about really carefully how to involve the future, and that's why it's a constant. I wouldn't say there's one thing beside always budget pressure. You can always name it everywhere, but you have to think about where to go, how to involve the content storytelling, and what to do.
So confirmation by Barney when you spoke about the budget. But Barney, is it the same for you that the most important thing is keeping the overview of everything that happens on the left and the right?
Absolutely. It's the overview as well as really the ability to scale. So for us at the NBA, the fact that we're producing more and more content each year for more and more leagues as we continue to grow as an entity. So we support not only our NBA properties and teams, but also our WNBA, G League, Basketball Africa League, as well as a host of other properties. And so being cognizant of everything from a cost perspective, but also a quality perspective, and ensuring that we're delivering content that the user wants and that we have the ability and the tools available to personalize that content. It's really important to us.
Michael, how do you personally collect from all the opportunities that you have to create what you are doing every day?
I am?
Yes. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's difficult to say it in a few sentences. As Alessandro mentioned, it's important to have a look left and right, like you, Barney, to be at the forefront all time in regards of technical news, in regards of what content is on the market, how do we offer our content best possible way to the customers, and find new opportunities to showcase our content and monetize it. Same way, because we all know about the budgets. Alessandro was talking about it too. It is a topic, but you have to be smart and clever, and then you can do it.
And he's smiling when he's saying you have to be smart and clever. Everyone is smiling at the table. Dominik, let's have a look back to the first innovation game. We saw a lot of very interesting showcases. Could you sum up the importance of all the small things we have seen there for our audience?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, what we have seen is the camera concept from 2025 on. And I think it was earlier also said on this stage, Bundesliga is for everyone. So what we definitely want to ensure from 2025 on that we have a very strong base signal, that we also provide innovations with that base signal, also bring in new, maybe also to some point surprising, in a positive way, surprising camera angles, and basically provide a very a good foundation, like already with the top match concept that we provide there. And then I think, and where it becomes interesting and where basically the near future maybe needs then a little bit the vision that we are having, and I think Sports Innovation is a perfect place to showcase that. We have also seen a lot of cameras which for some reason are not there yet, either because there is technical restrictions, or maybe there is also to some extent legal restrictions, or when we speak about the rules of football, cameras that are currently not allowed yet. But this is also our approach, like not say we have now defined the standard for 25 to 29, but constantly work on the product and also bring in new innovations together with our partners, with our media partners and with the vendors. And that's why we also created things like an innovation budget, which in the future will provide us with the opportunity to constantly develop the media product.
Alessandro, when we speak about trying new things or finding new target groups, maybe let's say it like this, we have to talk about 9 to 16. I know you brought a small video for us. Maybe we have a look at this and then we talk about that topic.
Sure.
Wir sind Bench und Janni für Kickbase und sind auf TikTok live zum Klassiker.
Der Ball rollt. Und er ist drin! Das ist das 1-0. Schreibt mal gerne in den Chat, was eure Meinung ist. Und das steht 1-0.
Angefeuert, sag ich mal. 1 gegen 1 gegen Kobel und brutal gehalten.
Wir können es nicht oft genug angucken.
Warum heißt das Spiel der Klassiker? Ja oder nein, ihr könnt abstimmen. Dreht der BVB die Partie noch?
Wir sind live auf TikTok.
Marcel ruft an.
Hey Jungs, das Spiel ist noch offen. Es gibt viele Überraschungen, vielleicht wird es noch gedreht.
Haaland und jetzt ist es da. Und Phil Foden, siehst du, jetzt macht er wieder eins. Die Top-Goalscorer in diesem Derby. Rooney, ja gut, den dürfen wir nicht vergessen.
Hier, wir haben Geld 259 Kickbase-Punkte. Das Spiel ist vorbei. Eine enorme Interaktion. Wir haben miterlebt, wie Leute auf der Couch mitfiebern. Und natürlich auch, wie sie reagieren auf die 4-0 der Bayern.
That is already a short promise for the next panel we are having here, but we are not done yet. Alessandro, when and why did you start broadcasting sport like this?
I mean, you have to say it's a customer journey or a fan journey, and you have to pick up the fans, the new fans, and the new potential customers where they sit. And what we see here is, I mean, we always adding more cameras because it's absolutely necessary because it's tier A. On the other hand, there is a customer base out there, or potential customers out there. They're maybe interesting only in highlights or some reaction. They don't want to have a subscription, not yet, but we want to promote our brand into this community. And 916 is something, even if it's not the $1 million business case, it is something which you have to explore, no matter what. And the thing is very simple here. It is not an OB. It's not a crazy 500-man crew. It's one guy, one laptop, 2 people, interactivity. You can use on-prem or cloud, and you are forcing an entire workflow into a new way of working. Very simple. And this is something you have to explore. Otherwise, you're ending up and adding more cameras, which is fine, but it is done. I mean, very simple. You can add 50, 60 cameras. But at least what's sometimes interesting for a different customer base, a potential customer base, is A, pick them up where they are, give them what they need, produce content in a different form, and talk to them. And this is what we try to explore. That's why 916 vertical video, we never call it. Maybe so. There is no one single vertical camera, by the way. We are taking the world feed, it's highly class produced. We're having a very freaky guy producing something extra content, that's it. And then you will see this is a long-term game. This is not a short, let's say, game by saying, okay, immediately you have a conversion rate by saying customer base is increasing dramatically. It's starting. And you have to orchestrate it. And this is the new thing, and you can use new technology. That's why we're doing this.
Pick them up where they are sitting.
Exactly, and is doing this.
Is a good sentence for Barney. Barney, let us know something about the NBA app, for example.
Yeah, so the way that we at the NBA view the customer base that you're referring to, it's our NBA ID membership program. And so a very similar philosophy to everything that you shared. We do find vertical video and serving all of the different types of content very important to that customer journey, something that Alessandro mentioned earlier. And so with our MBA ID program, we're getting the very valuable data on these fans. No matter where these fans are located or what they are fans of, we're able to gather all of that, and we're then able to utilize that data to then better serve them content in the manner that they're looking for it. So that could be vertical content, it could be highlights, it could be, for our European fans that are out there, specifically here in Germany, it could be serving highlights the next day. When you wake up and you have that downloadable video available directly inside of your MBA app, and we're only able to do that because of all of the data that we're able to gather on the different members of our MBA ID program.
You've been one of the first experimenting with generative AI. Can you take us back to those times, and how do you see the development?
Yeah, so earlier we did speak a little bit in the opening keynote, and we heard from Julie with AWS. And I think Julie did hit upon a lot of the primary notions that I think all of us collectively would agree on in terms of generative AI can help to create a whole lot of different content and help us better serve. We at the MBA specifically, we've been working with WSC, for example, for many, many years. I'm sure many of you here have as well. And that was really our first step as it related to AI specifically and how we're better able to serve fans. Now with the, just exploding nature of generative AI, and I know we'll hear more about it in the next session, we view that as really an opportunity not only to better serve fans' content, but also a better way to create content. And that's something that we're definitely cognizant of how we're positioning that content and how we're messaging that content. But it is something that will allow for a lot more accessibility of our content, which is really what's most important, is making that content accessible and personalizing it to the fan.
Michael, Alessandro said you have to try 916. DAZN said we will not. Why?
I didn't say we will not.
You don't.
I'm not 100% convinced. Now that I've seen the concept, maybe I copy it together with my team. Like it, it's good. Yeah, please do so. And the presentation for Alice. Yeah, makes it easier. Yeah, save some resources. Yeah, genau. I'm not completely against, and it's not important if I'm against, let's say, 916, because I do not understand that a 16 to 9 field is covered into 916, but it works. Other broadcasters have shown it as well, that it works. The community likes it and they consume it. So it is a concept, and of course we will look into it. And this concept you've shown us very interesting and seems to be cost efficient and you go into new target groups, and thanks.
This is my job here, to have a sales pitch for the zone.
Obviously.
So that's all about. So
obviously, that's the deal of the panel.
My travel is already paid. Yeah, that's it. So,
but Michael, instead of thinking about 916, you've been focusing on working on a new studio situation.
Yeah.
Let's get a short impression and then continue.
Yeah, maybe impression later.
Okay. You're the boss.
Give me 90 seconds, please.
I'll give you.
If I can manage it in English.
Of course.
We are proud that we are here with the Illusioneer studio. It is called Illusioneer because honestly it is an illusion. At the forefront of modern and innovative ways to broadcast sports into the living rooms of our customers. With the Illusioneer studio, you're merging the real world or blurring it with fiction. And honestly, we were not convinced when we first entered the environment of our partner, Plaza Media. They said to us, hey guys, you want a studio idea for the Super Bowl. It is 3 months ago, 4 months ago, like this. And we said, okay, yeah, please give us an idea because we are not broadcasting out of studios, yeah? Our slogan is the stadium is our studio, or we are in front of the wallpaper at some games. But for the Super Bowl, we want to broadcast it in a more modern and innovative way. So they told us, we have a guy here, Daniel Silva, he's the founder of the Illusioneer studio. Please join us. And we were coming to this place. It was a green room, 72 square meters, small, honestly. And we were not impressed that much. But after showing us the possibilities of this green room, we were impressed, and we had to find ourselves a way how we then create out of this room our studio. And maybe you can start the photo collage I've done by myself.
Great job.
Right now, thanks, Annette. So, as I mentioned before, it's 72 square meters green room, and we had now to make it our studio. So we decided the zone is not glossy, shiny. We go into a, let's say, big warehouse, and we put a container into the warehouse. What else is needed? Yeah, branding. So put some branding, not too much, but some. We have augmented reality in the studio. We have a big LED wall at the end of the container on the left-hand side, a monitor, and these 2 big helmets you have seen in the beginning at the front. What can you do there? You can fly with whatever camera from wherever to wherever through the helmets to the on-camera crew. Drone cam is possible, let's say spider cam is possible, crane cam is possible, normal cams, and you can do whatever you want in this studio environment by showcasing the content like we wanted to showcase it. That's the Illusioneer studio.
And that was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you will do
February.
And you will do it again?
We will do it again. We will do it with the away game of Borussia Dortmund at Atletico Madrid, and use this as our, call it again, studio. Of course, it will look differently, so we have to create a new world for the Champions League. We are already in the making, and parts of our crew, of course, will be on site and will be teleported into the studio, but as well covered with normal camera signals from there. Yeah.
How do you like it?
Nice. It's a virtual studio. Yeah. No, it's nice. No. I mean it. I mean it that way. It's good, and like Bracher said, I mean you have to find smart ways to attract, let's say, and adapt your look and feel, and that is one way. Virtual studios. Others are building bigger studios, whatever it is. Yeah, very nice. Absolutely.
Barney, is that building a studio and creating own worlds for different sports? That means also for different target groups. Is that a big part of a customer journey? What do you think?
I think it factors in. I don't know if I'd necessarily think it's the biggest part. I think the fact that you're able to deliver specifically for basketball most often our presentation of the game contains both a home and away broadcast. And so those, along with the various, simulcast and different screen experiences, having the flexibility to teleport people into and out of and to rebrand studios very quickly certainly does lead to some appeal. I personally do think, and Dominik touched on it earlier with the, the camera presentation, the match presentation here, I think a big part of engaging with the fans really is providing more access. And so while the studio is one way to provide a certain level of access, I think the NBA, we've experienced a lot of success with alternate camera angles and alternate audio experiences. Specifically, the ability to put microphones on players and coaches is something that we find differentiates our product and really brings that customer journey through all the various content applications that we're talking about to life.
Dominik, fan engagement is a big topic we were talking about, besides budget questions. How do you see the role of Sky in creating that surrounding when we speak about reaction shows, as we could see in the video, or the Kids Cast, for example?
Yeah. I mean, we definitely see also from younger target groups, there is a different expectation. It's not just the lean back and you consume 90 minutes a football match, but you want to be lean forward and you want to be part of it. And I think, and that's what I really love about sports technology, that 10, 20 years ago, you had no other choice than just to watch the linear feed. But now, with the sports of technology, we can still offer the linear feed, probably better than ever. But also on the other side, we can make additional offerings to fans and create extra feeds, be it like 9 to 16, short clips. We have the tactical feed, which is really for a data-savvy target group. From an international perspective, we have launched the Goal Arena, which is an international Bundesliga conference. We have an interactive feed, and we just see like the target groups are getting more diverse, and they expect different content. But that's also what I think is so fascinating also about sports innovation today, that now with the help of technology, we actually have the chance to make these offerings. Yeah.
Alessandro, is there anything you would like to steal or maybe say copy from Barney, from the NBA?
Immediately the app, obviously, because it's really fascinating. No.
What is the best?
We stolen already a lot from the US because it's very simple. I mean, this entertainment, or let's say this industry is trained for entertaining people. So the Kids Cast at Sky is an idea from NFL. They started on Nickelodeon. We copied it in a different way. It's a huge success if you see on the engagement level, especially on social media and digital. And it's no doubt about it that this is the next thing, is you have to entertain. And if you look into the system, how the US, especially the leagues, are entertaining inside the stadium, but also mic-ups, other things, player access. Sometimes you're complaining that we have different access here, but at least if you see the variety on your menu list, how many access you have during the week, during the match, this is entertainment. That's why this is not a way of stealing. I think you have to explore it. Very simple. You can watch, let's say, a broadcast of our partner NBC for a Sunday night football match, and you see tons of innovation. It's very simple. It's everything is already there, and so you have to add in the menu list, and that's why we never stop and always trying new things. And is it kids? It is enhancing the traditional broadcast. Is it 916? Is it access? Access is all about. So everyone you hear in the industry saying you need access to players, coaches, referees, and so forth. This is enhancement. This is, let's say, immersive, and this is something we have to achieve. So technology is not the limit here. Technology is already there. You see it. I mean, it is all about the philosophy, how you want to tell the story, and that's why NBA and the leagues are ahead. Very simple. We have to keep up.
I'd like to say there, though, to all the technology vendors and partners that are out there, we need bigger, we need better, we need it for cheaper. So don't listen to Alessandro here. Don't take him at that.
You can sell all the stuff to him.
So no, I completely agree. And one thing that we've had a lot of success with the NBA app, specifically, I don't think we've talked about, is the fact that in addition to creating new, it's also being efficient and repurposing. So inside of the NBA app, for example, we do offer a significant number of streams. It's that list of streams for each individual game, and that's only possible because of the fan affinity and the need to serve. So specifically, we're serving kids cast type of alternate content as well as in-language content, in addition to very specific. So while we don't have a 9:16 view, we do have our mobile view camera angle or viewing experience that we've supported now for almost a decade, which is just crazy to think about. But I completely agree with Alessandro that a lot of the challenges that we are running into are not necessarily technology, but technology does help to smooth some of those things over.
You are the personalities creating the future by making special decisions. So very last question, time is running, that's why it's the last question for you, Dominik. How to make the right decisions for the future? How to decide which is the right way to go?
Yeah. So I think customer centricity is very important to understand what the customer and the target groups want. I think benchmarking is also always very helpful. Have a look at the US, what NBA, NFL are doing. And then sometimes, I mean, if we think about innovation, we always think about the new iPhone or the new smartphone that interrupted the world in 2007 or 2006. But sometimes it's also like the combination of combining two smart things or in a smart way together and to create something new that still has then an impactful impact basically on the viewers and on the target groups. Yeah.
Dominik Scholler, Alessandro Reitano, Barney, Carleton und Michael Bracher. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the short ideas you were sharing with us, and we are happy to talk to you later and maybe get an exchange of our ideas. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.